Hello, collective. My name is Maxine Simone, and I'm here to share a timeless message with you. If you're open to receiving, stick around. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. The collective that I'm speaking to is on the path to prosperity. This is the bottom of the deck. Prosperity lies ahead. Have faith in your dreams is underneath that. And then even step out of your comfort zone. Your commitment is being tested. So, it's very clear that spirit is wanting you to expand. You're desiring to expand. Confidence is the key to your success. So there's a new self concept that is coming online, and it's requiring you to see yourself clearly. And I feel like the comfort zone, don't let your past hold you back, around this energy has to do with relationship and how it could show up as a potential distraction or a potential distraction from you expanding into this next version of yourself. Because between confidence is your key to success and don't let your past hold you back is a new romantic cycle begins in the reverse. It's time to take action in the reverse, and then luck is on your side in the reverse. This is sandwiched in the middle. And I also see an emotional block that causes some kind of confusion because I think that you're wanting some kind of commitment, but with the fault line here, it looks like there was some kind of ending. And so your mind is going back and forth with, do I take action with this? Do I try to fix this? But it feels like that desire is coming from this old version of you that is dying out, where you would put a lot of energy into committing to someone, to something, and I just feel like Spirit is saying that is your old loop, that is your old trap. They're wanting you to step into a level of confidence because your chosen path, your creative path, your purposeful path is requiring you to lock in on some kind of abundance and believe that you're deserving of that. Now, let's get into some other cards. I'm going to put this mic over here out of the way. I see the Magician coming out. So, like I said, your creator path is coming online. Your creator path, your creative abilities, your ability to manifest something is coming online. Pisces in the reverse. Clear vision, you are right. So this is interesting because Pisces is very ethereal. Pisces energy, speaking as a Pisces myself, has a hard time with grounding and wanting to be here in the physical reality. And that can get dark depending on how extreme that feeling is. But this is telling me that Spirit is wanting you to make yourself visible, make yourself known, be here in this reality, and don't allow your Pisces is a very mental, spiritual, like I said, ethereal type of energy. So it's like you've been existing as a concept, or this new version of you has existed as a concept in your mind, but now they're asking you to ground that down. And it requires confidence. It's like a muscle that you need to exercise, showing up consistently, regularly. This is getting solar plexus energy. So there's a masculine energy that is coming online within you that honors that vision that you have of yourself in your head, or the dreams that you have been seeing so clearly. It's like being able to embody that version of yourself so that other people can see that vision. We have Sagittarius in the challenge position. And you are a messenger, speak your truth in the challenge position. So this feels like more of your path, where there's a path of expansion that's connected to your voice, or your insights or what you have learned. It's interesting that it's clarifying these in the challenge positions are clarifying this kind of sandwich reversed energy that we went over. Even with luck is on your side, that's a new moon in Sagittarius energy. That's in the reverse. And there's something about with Jupiter energy being like prevalent in here with Pisces and Sagittarius. It feels like they're asking you to allow yourself to put in a certain amount of work, again, that masculine energy, and show up confidently so that luck can meet you. It's, what is that saying? Preparation plus time equals like luck or success or something along those lines. There's been a lot of time and preparation, lessons that you've had to learn, that you've done the work. And I feel like now it's time to show up, essentially. Yes, the Hierophant. You're meant to teach, share, speak your truth, share the lessons that you've learned in some way, show up embodied. The Hierophant is Taurus, so that's in the physical realm. And they're saying, yes, accepting this about yourself as a potential, not just as a potential, but as your reality. Acceptance. In the Wheel of Fortune, because luck is on your side, but this belief around, it's like, how do you want to communicate your vision? How do you want to communicate your vision to the world? And it's through embodiment. And that allows you to put yourself in a position to get lucky. It's like some kind of big break is here and available to you if you allow yourself to be seen, if you allow this vision of yours to be perceived. The middle way, the line between opposite extremes in the reverse. And then we have Fire in the reverse. Argue for your limitations and you get to keep them. Let's see. This feels like you've been playing the fence for a long time. Playing with the idea for a long time. Being indecisive about this version of you for a long time. Not putting enough action into this version of you, showing up as this version of you for a long time. And they're saying that if you keep holding yourself back, then of course argue for your limitations and you get to keep them. They're asking you to show up in the challenge mirror effect, and then your reality will reflect this. So now they're giving me, if there is some kind of break that happened, again, with a romantic cycle, and it showed you what happens when someone does not show up, 6 of Wands, there is no success. So that's why the relationship was not successful. A lack of willingness to show up confidently and just try. But they're saying that was reflected back to you so that you could see where you're being indecisive as well about showing up as this version of you or pursuing this dream, pursuing this vision. With the 6 of Wands, like I said, there is success available to you. And it's interesting because it's just her on the horse, her getting her accolades. And there's repentance under here. I think that is that reframe of what this relationship or lack of relationship has shown you allows you to integrate and repent in a way for the times that you may have held yourself back. Maybe you have more compassion and understanding because you can see why somebody has not shown up. And that gives you insight into your internal world, maybe your internal masculine, and why it has not shown up fully in this way. And with that clarity, Kairos, being able to see yourself clearly, I think that it could serve as motivation. No matter what happens outside of myself, I am safe. Being willing to try and trusting yourself. Yes, Taurus. It's like being very grounded, grounding this version of you, showing up in the physical, showing up for something consistently, and just knowing that you're okay. I'm going to grab tarot to get more specifics about what this is alluding to. I feel like this reading is going to be very quick, which is nice. I usually talk a lot. And even that, it's like less talking, more doing. I want to see action. I want to see commitment. I want to see consistency. My nose is itching all of a sudden. Okay. Get one more shuffle. Oh my gosh. That's a new thing. Like when I feel like I'm channeling, my nose starts itching really bad. So we have 5 of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Yes, this is the internal battle that you have been facing, where that Pisces energy, it's a mental thing. And it makes me feel like when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're not seeing yourself entirely clearly. And maybe there's some mirror work that you could do. But I feel with these cards, the Queen of Wands, if you can see her face, she's not even looking in the direction of the 5 of Swords anymore. Less thinking about it, less fighting yourself about it, and just challenging yourself to take action and believe in that muscle of confidence that you're building with every step that you take. You are building that muscle. You're reframing your identity, rewriting. Yeah, 5 of Cups in reverse. Temperance and the 4 of Swords in reverse. I feel like you're coming out of a period of being sad, maybe processing some heartbreak. You're coming out of a period of rest. You're gearing up for something. So these micro moments where you are challenging yourself to show up in a certain way is preparing you for something. You're moving out of the space of stagnancy. King of Pentacles and the Magician in reverse. Interesting. Why is the Magician in reverse? The 7 of Swords. Interesting. And the Ace of Wands. I'm hearing, I don't need a rich man, I am the rich man. You know, that Cher quote or something, where there was a lot of, I feel like you were putting a lot of your power, giving a lot of your power away to what you perceived to be where you could get that success, which could have been a masculine figure, where you perceived that someone may have had the resources that you needed, maybe where you learned that a masculine figure is how you receive that grounded, committed, consistent energy. This is giving that you may have learned this as a child to look up to a father figure. But it feels like the Queen of Wands is saying, I don't need someone outside of me to provide me the consistency, the money, the resources that I think that I need. With 7 of Swords, it just feels, and the Ace of Wands, that you're discovering that you were giving your power away. And we have the Hermit now and the Page of Cups in reverse. Five of Wands and the Six of Cups. Yes, it's definitely something related to the inner child where there's some kind of fantasy that was broken while you were in this isolation period. Like I said, you were facing some stagnancy, some, I feel like, despair, heart healing, letting go of the vision that you may have had with a particular partner. But this relationship has taught you what it creates when there's that inconsistency or that lack of willingness, that solar plexus energy, the confidence or trust in a vision, and how it can crumble, how the relationship can fail. And that's why I feel like that repentance card is coming out too, because there just has to be a willingness to try, or else there will automatically be failure, right? So you're seeing where, when it comes to your own creative pursuits, if you don't try, you will fail because there's not a willingness to try, to embody this new version of you that, or this version of you that you have in your head. Similar to when you're in a relationship, there's the potential to create all of these things together. But if there is not a willingness to try, to show up, to even make mistakes, that will fail. It won't have a chance to be born. So it feels like this fantasy has been broken through the conflict that you've experienced in the past, which is actually a gift. Yes, we have the Five of Pentacles. Experiencing some kind of rejection. And now the Nine of Swords. Page of Wands in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Fool in reverse. There's definitely wounding still showing up around the relationship aspect, which is why I feel like Spirit is sandwiching in the beginning of the reading, is sandwiching. Like internally, you're still processing this relationship breakup thing. And I feel that you may even still be picking up on energy where this could even be like a transfer of energy where you're still processing it, but you're moving with more confidence because you're integrating this lesson. Now it feels, because you are moving with more confidence, that you're picking up on an energy that someone else is now processing this, because they're now seeing that you're stepping into some kind of grounded, consistent, valuable version of yourself. And they feel foolish with the Fool in reverse. Yeah, Knight of Swords. So there could be a potential, you could feel this energy of someone wanting to communicate something. Yes, a new offer in love or something coming in. But I'm feeling like with everything, consider everything that was shared in this message. Now I'm seeing 12:21 on the timer, so there's mirroring energy here. Something wants to come in very quickly, and it's like potential for renewal when it comes to love. And then in the challenge, we have the Ten of Pentacles in the World. There is a desire for newness. What is the reality, though? Three of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Cups in reverse. It doesn't feel grounded yet. It doesn't feel grounded, and I feel like that's why Spirit is asking you to remain confident and show up as this new version of self. Yeah, the Tower in reverse. It's like someone is realizing, someone is having this delayed reaction, and you're picking up on it. And that's why they're saying it's okay for you to be processing internally, but it's imperative that you show up as this new version of self. Two of Cups. I'm hearing that song by Dom Kennedy, Don't Walk Away. Don't walk away. Yes, Two of Cups, Two of Wands. Someone's planning. Someone is planning something, but they're thinking about it. We have the Empress in reverse, but they don't think that you would be open to receiving this. The Sun in reverse. And the Devil. This person is still blocked by their fear. This person is still worried about... I just feel like I don't even know if it's worthy of going into, because the advice here is that you need to stay focused. Yeah, the Moon in reverse and the High Priestess, like, you know this. You have a very deep knowing in this person. It feels like you guys are very telepathically connected with the mirroring energy and all of that stuff. But it feels like you're picking up on the energy, and this could even be pulling you in different directions, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, where you're feeling like this old version of self is being called on, but you're trying to move into this new version of self. 222 on the timer. Yes, and we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Wands. This energy is still not consistent. They're trying to come in quickly with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, but they're not taking the necessary step. They haven't learned the necessary lesson to ground something. They're just feeling the distance. They're feeling this new version of you coming forward and losing access to you based off of the fact that you're not showing up as this old version of you. So we have, yes, the King of Cups in reverse and the Six of Pentacles. This person is still emotionally suppressing. They know that they should be giving to you in some way, but they don't feel like they can. Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse. Why is the Ace of Swords in reverse? The Wheel of Fortune. They know that they have to come forward with some kind of truth. This could be some kind of accountability, responsibility with the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles is something in the physical, a lesson learned about reciprocity, but they're not. And this is, again, showing, I was just about to say with Strength in the reverse, this is a lack of willingness. And this is why I feel like with the Devil here, this is showing up as the ego is stuck, like pride or, yeah, fear, wounding. And so it just feels like with the Knight of Wands in reverse, you're boundaried, you're protected. And with the Page of Swords and the Six of Wands, you will be being watched as you step into this new version of self. Judgment in reverse and the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. I feel that there's another layer to this around being visible and being seen. And I feel like Spirit doesn't want you to shy away from being seen or showing up in a particular way as this new version of self, because you're fearful of judgment and perception from this person, because you can feel they're watching you. But, and they're just saying to conserve your energy where it makes sense, but don't hold back your truth from fear of being judged or fear of being perceived by this person. That's a part of your gift. Where we were saying earlier, the Sagittarius, you are a messenger, speak your truth. It's important that you are using your voice. And I think that's the message. I feel like that. Anything else? Yes, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Final card. the Eight of Swords and the King of Wands. You know what you need to do, and it's very important that you are intentional with steps that you take, because as I mentioned before, you're wanting to build something consistently. Again, going back to preparation and all of that, plus timing or something equals luck. This is about being on the long haul journey, and you're building something. And everything that you do feels very important right now as you are stepping into this new version of self. Every decision that you make should be very intentional and try to align with this confident version of you. And I think that if there is any particular thread that you guys have or share still, this person will be forced to meet you at that level of intentionality should they decide to ever come forward. But right now, it feels like they're blocked with the Eight of Swords and the King of Wands. They are wanting to take action. They're wanting to be seen in a certain way too. But their anxiety, their fears still hold them back. And so that should not, it's this King of Wands is looking directly at this Knight of Pentacles. It's like this. And they know exactly what they need to do. They have to be intentional. They have to come correct, essentially, because you're on a path of intentionality. But their anxiety holds them back from taking that type of step. So I feel like they don't want you to become stagnant because you're waiting for somebody else to take action. They want you to step into your confidence and turn on your masculine energy, where you know what things that you need to do to embody this version of you. Confirmation, but you don't need to be waiting around for someone to show up this way. That's where you're outsourcing your power to this other figure, where this other figure is actually giving you a gift by showing you what happens when you don't step into that solar plexus energy, that confidence in the actions that you take, that willingness to try. It feels like you're stepping into some kind of leadership within the connection, even while there is no connection. 12:30 on the time, 123. So yeah, it's not like the most romantic or like exciting energy. It's very intentional. It's very mirrored, but you're the one that has the power to break the cycle by choosing to embody this new version of you and allowing other people to meet you there. And that's very powerful. So I'm honored to have done this reading for you, because you're stepping into a very abundant, confident chapter of your life. So that's exciting. If you're wanting to dive deeper, if you wanted to learn more personal details in a personal session, my readings are open and they're linked in the description box below. My nose is so itchy. It's so crazy. And if this resonated, feel free to like and subscribe and help the channel grow. I would really appreciate that. And if this sounds like somebody that you know, feel free to share this video with them. Okay? Otherwise, I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I can't wait to connect with you in the next one. Bye.